So this Ruby language has a special feature called modules. A module is a structure for grouping constants, methods, as well as classes. Modules are used to break down large programs into small, manageable, and organized files. So why don't we see how to do that? So we have a Ruby project. Project name is examples. Then we'll create a file. The file name is test module.rb. So we'll use the module identifier for creating modules. Module A, and let's say that we have a constant message. Constants, by the way, should start with an initial uppercase letter. We can define them in uppercase. Message. This is a module constant. We can define methods in modules. So let's say that we have a square method which takes a number and returns the square of it. Def, module A, square, number, multiply by number. So basically the definition of a module method means that it consists of a module name and a method name. And sure, our simple module looks good, so why don't we try and import it and then use it in another Ruby script. So let's create a file, and the file name is main.rb. So when we try to import modules into other files, we'll have two options. The first one is importing the module with the require keyword. So let's use that one. Require test module.rb. So let's save that and run it. And we get an error, a load error, that Ruby cannot load the file. So what this means is that Ruby looks for certain directories to run scripts. These directories are stored in a global variable, load path in uppercase, and it starts with the $sign. Now, as you know, global variables start with the $sign as well. So let's see what the load path has. We can print it out with puts, and it's an array of directories. So save it and run, and it shows us all directories. And yeah, so we can go ahead and append our current working directory to load the path so that Ruby can load our module file. Now we can use two less than symbols to append a value to an array. We'll see the details of an array structure in the following lectures, but right now we're just going to use it. Load path, two less than symbols, A dot. A dot refers to our current directory. We can also use a full path. Now let's run it again, and the error is gone, and our current working directory reference, A dot, is in the load path. So now we can use our module in this file. And one more thing, we don't necessarily have to write the extension of the file. It's going to work either way. So let's remove the extension, run it again. No load error. And yeah, so let's go ahead and print the module constant. Puts module A 2: message. So yeah, we use the 2 colons to get constants. Save it and run the script, and it shows the value of the constant. So let's call the square method. And it's going to return a number. So puts module A dot square 5. Save it and run, and it shows the result, 25. Now, another way of using the require keyword is using a relative path. When we use this, appending the current working directory to the load path is not necessary. require dot / test module, save and run, and it shows the same result. So yeah, we could import the module and run the methods of the module. And yet another way of importing the module is using the require relative keyword. Require relative, test module, save it and run it, and it shows the same result.